So I'm going to be working on my race car today. Today is August 31st, 2022, Wednesday. I'm going to be working on my race car with my dad. Also, Midnight's joining us. Hey, Midnight, say hi. Hey, Midnight. Well, here's Midnight. Adorable. Okay, so currently I'm taking the scales over to the garage, scale the car, mess with alignment stuff. This weekend we're heading to Meridian in Idaho. We're heading up to Meridian. I hope I said up instead of down. It's up because it's north, which is weird. Well, we'll see each other in the garage. So we're working on the car, Midnight. We're working on the car right now, and we're changing the gear. We're gonna be changing the gear. My dad, while I was eating lunch or dinner, I guess, I don't know, I was eating, he was changing a piece, which is, what's the piece called, Dad?
It's the driveline adapter.
The driveline adapter coupling. My dad was replacing because last weekend it was giving us some trouble, causing vibrations, and basically if that thing breaks, you're kind of killing your engine too, though. So we had to change that. So my dad changed that while I was eating, and Midnight is with my finger. Okay. So yeah, we're just working on this thing.
Cool. Why don't you hand me the oil pan over there? Okay, so we've disconnected the drive line here. Goes here. Now we've got to drain the oil out of the rear end, and then we're gonna pull her off.
So the first thing you have to do is pull off the axle. See, this is what my dad is trying to do. So what did what you did just do? What did that do?
Well, the axle's loose now, which pulls it out of the spline on the rear end, so that the rear end can't come out.
Cool, cool. Okay, Midnight insists on saying hi. Here's Midnight. Okay. I like how she looks away from the camera once I bring it to her. What, do you want inside, Midnight? Or is it just I'm not petting you anymore? So, you can do that on the other side.
You can cut it there.
So, we're going to pull the axle completely out of the thing. And that's because last weekend up in Magic Valley, we weren't too satisfied with how it was performing. You know? Kind of like, it had a lot of play in it, right?
Yeah, so just inspecting to make sure everything's good.
So, inspection time. I don't know, I just see a thing. That's honestly all. Don't know what he's looking for.
Yeah, so I'm looking at the splines, making sure that the splines are straight, not twisted, not damaged. They all look pretty good, a little bit of wear, but nothing unusual. And I'm checking the bearing. It's on fit, spins freely, no catching. So it should be good.
Cool, cool. Now we have to take off all the nuts from the rear end housing. As you can see, there's these things, and there's how many of them? 9? 12? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, I think. 9? Okay.
I think there's actually 10, but I only use 9 because one of them's supposed to be a bolt, and that gets in the way, so I just don't use it.
Okay, so there's 9. Maybe there's supposed to be 10, but we only use 9. Once you take the bolts off, you're gonna lower the gear like that. And it dumps disgusting oil everywhere. Like, the stuff's actually kind of disgusting, especially when it gets in your hair. Tie your hair if you work on cars and you got long hair. Just tie your hair. That's just a bit of advice. Alright, so we're going to be replacing the 373, sorry, I keep reading a 3. It's a 373 gear out, which we have. And we're going to replace it with the 390 right here. I'm placing it right there. However, what the gears mean is honestly quite interesting.
Yes. So What this one is, by being a 373, means that I have to turn this, which is connected to the pinion, a total of 3.73 times in order for the ring to turn one full turn. So if I turn this way, 1, 2, 3, and about 3/4, and there's the same line that I had drawn in the oil with my finger here to mark it. So
Note, you cannot see this on the camera, but he knows what he's talking about. Also, surprise guest appearance, Liam and Mom. Jay just came back from karate practice, which is pretty cool. Also, Midnight is inside, and basically he's gonna get tackled again.
Yes, and I'm in demo team from Bobby Lawrence Karate.
Advertising! So, sticking in the gear. Well, my dad's sticking it in. I'm holding the camera because this is important for the preparations to go to Meridian.
it's heavy.
You think? I can't even lift the box.
Yeah, once it's on, then you put the bolts, the nuts that you took off of the bolts, you put them back on.
And it smells kind of weird because of the oil stuff. Like I said, it's no fun when it gets in your hair.
Okay.
Well, here's Midnight. Hi, dog. Okay. Midnight's gonna go run around and do her thing. So currently I am looking, well, I'm heading to the trailer to look for a replacement piece bolt for this. Yeah, I have my camera kind of weird, so I apologize if I didn't get my face in the camera, but this I can find a replacement piece for, because my dad and I determined that it is kind of beat up and really should get replaced. Midnight, you're not gonna like it in here. It's actually really hot in this trailer. Basically, this thing's been sitting in the sun, and I have actually no idea where I'm gonna find one of these. So I'm just basically gonna open everything. So the majority of these are empty because, you know, these boxes for when you take the RV to Oklahoma and that stuff. And then we do that. Oh, well, Midnight's here. So I will be searching for that replacement piece. After a bit of searching, I found this box labeled bolts, nuts, and washers. And so hopefully the piece I need will be in here. Not sure, but let's look. After lots of searching and not being able to find any boxes that even got any car stuff in it, like all the boxes I found were empty or with like brake lines or other gears. Couldn't find anything with like bolts or any of that stuff, which is actually really important. So we're just gonna end up putting this thing back on, even though it's pretty beat up. It's not gonna hurt anything, it's just gonna be more difficult to pull off and all that. And so if we're in a hurry, it's gonna slow us down a lot. Hopefully, we won't end up having to speed run a car fix though.
Found them.
Oh, you found them? Where were the boxes?
The boxes in the garage.
The boxes were in the garage. There we go. Well, never mind. Found the replacement, so we're not gonna put this one on. All right, so now we're gonna put the axles back in. Or is it one axle, right?
I already did the other side.
You did the other side? Okay. But, so, I'm gonna stick the axle back in. Because he did. I'm kind of just filming here. But he replaced the bolt that we were looking to for the replacement for quite a while.
You have to motivate it to go in.
Yeah. Yeah, you sometimes have to motivate it to go in. And that's when you grab the motivator, aka a mallet, but we call it the motivator because of a joke that happened while we were building the hot rod. Right, done? So it's a joke. So now we call it the motivator instead of a mallet. That is called a mallet, right?
Yep.
Okay.
And you put your axle nuts back on, which are the hardest thing in the world to reach.
That is true. Very, very, very true. Like, it's like right there. And it's really awkward hand position to try to fit it in and stuff.
And there's 4 of them.
Oh yeah, that's also a thing. There's more than just 1 or 2. It's 4. All right, so after struggling, you finally get to tighten them down. Even that isn't easy though. Like even that's a challenge, really. Well, for me, it's a challenge. I struggle when I do that. I don't know about my dad. He seems to have done it really quick. So, yep. All right, so you put the brakes back on, did you say? I thought that was the...
That's the brake drum.
So it's the drum.
Yep.
Not the brakes, but the drum.
Yeah.
Oh, and then guess what? You tighten the wheels on down. But, I mean, it would be a very bad idea if you didn't put those lug nuts.
Yep.
If you didn't put those lug nuts on the tire, because then it would go flying and you wouldn't have it. You wouldn't have much of a car left either if that were to happen, honestly. Before you put the right side tire back on and all that, you have to reconnect the drive line, which is this thing right here. Which, if I can get the camera around there, this is a better camera angle. That is what is getting connected. It's connected to the gear, because if not connected to the gear, then I don't think you're going to be able to drive at all. I think you would end up breaking the car.
With nuts.
Also, it's only 4 bolts with 4 nuts.
So what is the most dangerous part of a race car?
Okay, so the most dangerous and insecure part of the race car is the nut that connects the steering wheel to the seat. It's a bad one. So, after threading them, you attach them. I hope that doesn't come as a surprise, because if that comes as a surprise, there is loads of concern. There's a lot of concern when you tighten them down, because then they're gonna come loose and destroy everything. Like literally everything, right, Dad?
Mm-hmm.
I'm just gonna stare at the camera. Yep. Alright, so after you've put the wheels back on and all that, I gotta rewind that. You want to lower the car, because if you don't lower the car, how else are you gonna work on it or take it anywhere, honestly? So you're gonna want to lower the car, because that should be an obvious thing to do, honestly. It's able to be on the ground without breaking anything, because it's got the tires back on. So down it goes. And then you jump on this thing and it's fun. Okay, I didn't get to jump on it, but whatever. Usually you can jump on it and it's rolling away.
Okay, what do you have to grab?
What do I have to grab? Alright, so a very, very, very obvious thing is that you better put oil in it. Okay, where's the thing? Where? I can't see it when I'm holding the camera. Okay, there. You stick the oil there. You definitely need oil. Without oil, you're gonna break everything. See, I can't even see if I got the camera angle right. There. After adding the oil and that stuff, you want to put on the bonnet. That's what it's called, right? A bonnet?
Deck lid, bonnet.
Okay. Yeah, the thing that goes on the back. the thing that goes on the back, and you're gonna put it on so the car looks nice. Because if you don't put it on, the car is gonna look kind of weird, honestly. Because then you'll be able to see the gas tank, all the stuff. Plus, this kind of protects it from junk, I'm guessing. Even though, sure, there's no covering on the bottom. I mean, stuff goes flying a lot of the time on the track, you know? Sometimes even cars decide, let's go flying today. It's a thing. Okay, this next part here should be very, very obvious. There would be huge amounts of concern if you didn't do this. You're going to want to torque the wheels, because if you don't, they're just gonna come right off, and it's as if you never even put these lug nuts on. And I can't do this one-handed. And I'm not gonna bite my phone because that's just weird. And I can't get good camera angles that way. Thank you. I pulled it off. And not in the good way either, where you pull it off epically, like with a costume or something. I pulled off the thing. And I am aware that's harder to do it while kneeling, but it's like low to the ground, so why not? Plus it's a challenge then, I guess. Well, so it's not that hard to do.